Oh, good evening, everybody. How's it going? We out here. Let me just get this stuff all sorted. And then there we go. Oh, wrong thing. Voila! Be back out here with this somewhat magnificent beast. Absolute monster of a car. Completely untamable speed. These are all factual points. I'm gonna load the craft setup and see where we go from there. I still have no real fucking clue what I'm doing driving this thing, so it's mostly just guesswork. I was learning some things. I gotta try and drill my brain to try and remember what I was learning about the car back at Road America. So I did learn some things about how to drive this a bit faster, but those are mostly lost on me now, which is a tad annoying. Oh wow. Alright, I wasn't sure if we were going to do a sub 1 minute lap time. This track's small, but this car is also very slow. But immediately opening with a 59. We're only going to get faster from here on out as I learn the track more and more. Gear ratio seems okay, I think. Hard to say. Couldn't really imagine it being much shorter than it is currently, though. Quite a significant improvement, though, upon last time. Seems like we've got a decent amount of fuel on board as well, so I don't need to change that about the craft setup, which is good. Hoping this is going to be a better week for me than last week. I think I picked up a couple of mediocre results in races that could have probably gone better. But we shall see. Oh, that curb. Oh, that curb too. Tony Hawk's. It's apparently just faster still, however. Let's see. I don't really know what we can really change, and we can push the brake bias back a little bit. Try that. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. don't know why I couldn't set it back to what it was. Sure thing. See how this goes. You know, actually, we can go a little further and try a shorter gear ratio. I'm risking it. Got nothing to lose. As we rev this bitch. Immediately losing out. Fantastic. Albeit we probably don't have the advantage of the same speed build-up, so we'll let it roll out. Okay. Well, 99% grip, so we can't blame trap grip for any inadequacies here. Down to driving and or setup. Definitely want the rear end to sort of pivot around a bit more. Not really doing that at the moment. Let's see. Okay. We're up, even if only slightly. Okay, tires are coming a bit more now, so definitely seems to be a bit better now, which is good. 56.6. Nice. Yeah, it's just down to optimizing. If I'm losing time, I think it's probably for these last two corners. Just don't think the rear end's coming around enough for them. Whoop, bit of a slide. I think got a pretty decent amount of speed out of this. Definitely. Try this and see how it goes. Maybe just that. I'm still getting more front rake from softening the front up a little bit, but hopefully the front might hook up a little bit more now, which might help pull the rear end around a bit. I'm spitballing here, but who knows? We gotta try. Don't think that ramp up at diff power was the move. Oh god, I'm all over the shop. Try it again. I hit the wall, god damn it. Bonk. Actually gonna try drop all of that out and see how that changes things. I have no idea how it is actually, but it might help a little bit with some things. Of course, we're gonna get left with the dust here. But that's okay. This is our first lap. A bit rough, but we made it. Had that bounce on the inside, not ideal. Pretty close. Ghost has got the better drive out of the corner. Can I make that up through these corners? Lean on that cushion there. That's car track. God damn it. God damn it. Try that. Add one back into here. See what that does. Again, storming away. dip in the inside there. It's killer. Surprisingly, I'm not really losing. I'm losing out a little bit on the straight. I can see the faint outline of the Ghost. Oh, nice now. If I remember correctly, the Ghost is always slightly ahead, so we might be even actually. Don't want it to get too much further ahead than it is now, though. Hammer down after the bump. Didn't quite seem to work out, but that was a pretty consistent lap. See if I can brake later into this corner. So lock the rear axle and catch it. And of course, we lost so much speed on the exit that the Ghost is just going to breeze through. But no harm in trying. Quite a few laps here, I think. Given how short this track is. He's up to the Ghost on the power again, I think, out of here. Yeah. Oh no, I'm still ahead actually. Gonna get the shitty exit, but I waited a little bit longer. Same here. More like it. Yeah, I just got to do that consistently. Send it. I will, Fred. Don't you worry. That's what I'm learning now. I'm learning the lines and the braking markers for the maximum sendage. It's not a word, but it is now. See what he goes, he or she has no feelings. True. Oh, that was clean. Holy shit. Okay, but that was not good. Yeah, I blew it all in the last corner like a dingus. What is the time even? That's about race time. Cool. I'm pretty happy with that. Got quite a few laps in there. Now, it's time to find out how slow this setup is. I have my confidence completely crushed into the ground by the raw speed. It's if a setup... Okay. Steal the setup from the Speedy Boys. I don't think they've posted it up at any of the rounds. be a pretty low turnout tonight. It seems only 7. Maybe the computer's easy peasy. Oh shit, yeah, you're right. Hey Adam, how's it going? Who's this going up the pits? It's Phil. Need to make sure I don't accidentally murder Phil. There you go. Cheeky little Ello. I think it's coming. Whoop. Gotta say, I think this car's coming back to me. This track's also more simple than I remember it being. Granted, I don't think I've ever done a proper race on this layout, so this will be interesting. Alright, I meant to get out of here. And I'm drunk driving because I tabbed out. Seems like they have a layout that uses, like, the pit lane. Oh, God. Currently playing Skyrim and keep forgetting how slow I play the early game. Fair enough. Oh, God. My current filthy addiction, shall we say, has been a good old Monster Hunter. Wasn't expecting it to be as good as it is, and it's been pretty fun so far. So I'm playing Portal Revolution, pretty nice so far. It feels like a Portal 2. Yeah, I've been hearing good things about that. Should probably take a peek at some point. Albeit that does remind me I never actually finished Portal 2, so I should probably do that first. Because I last played it like donkeys years ago, and I don't remember why. I just never got around to finishing it. And it just kind of fell on the back burner and never came off it. I did play a bit of co-op, yeah, with my brother. It was pretty fun. I don't remember how far we got with that. Because I think that has, like, its own story, doesn't it? It's been a while since I've played Portal, so my memory's a little fuzzy on the details. But I know I definitely did play it. Put a few hours into the co-op. Yeah. I don't remember how far we got with that story, if we beat it or not. But I do remember we did at least some of it, and then I think we did a few custom maps as well. That's practice over. 17 liters, I want to remember that. Keep this thing up 7 liters, and time to be blown away by the crazy speed Mattia has. Finished both, but that was in 2011, so I don't remember much, yeah. I don't remember when I last played. It was later than that, because I didn't even have a PC capable of running Portable 2 back in 2011. Yeah, obviously a couple of years after that I moved into PC exclusive. Use it could run on a potato. Yeah, I think back then back in 2011, I think the only PC we had in the house was like my mother's old sort of Windows 7 desktop, but that was a cheapo desktop by like 2010, 2011 standards, so it really wasn't doing much It might have run. I never tried it. Because we didn't have any kind of individualized accounts on that thing, I don't think. I didn't actually get Steam until I got a laptop of my own. And then started fiddling around with it. I think I bought Portal 2 when I had that. I was able to get the game running on it. But that was a long... It's like a decade ago now, so... Not fully clear on the details. 56-0. It's not too bad. Albeit he might be able to knock it down into the 55s, which would be a bit scarier. I could definitely do better on my time. Gotta say, the one thing I find annoying about the Portal Revolution, though, is the amount of fucking shitty-ass clickbait articles that they're pumping out saying, like, oh, look, there's a new Portal game. It's like, no, there isn't. Shut up. Somebody's made a really cool expansion, sort of, or, like, standalone expansion for Portal 2, but it's not actually a new Portal game. The Portal 2, so it's not really standalone. But I mean, like, standalone in the sense that it's its own thing, right? It's not, like, Oh, but I guess, yeah, I guess that makes sense. So easy to bait journalists these days. Well, I mean, they bait themselves. I'm pretty certain they fully know that, like, Portal Revolution is not actually Portal 3, but if they say it's basically Portal 3... people are going to be like, ooh, what's this? And it's like, well, actually, it's not Portal 3, but it's a really cool mod. Or, like, really cool sort of, fan project that it's like, fuck's sakes. Oh, but yeah, Valve is pretty clever, because they know... What if it's actually Portal 3? Well, see, that's kind of what I was getting onto. See, Valve... I think Valve really sort of understands the power of, like, fan projects. And, like, especially really fucking good ones at that. Like, it's... They've endorsed a couple of them. Obviously, not being like, oh yeah, this is canon. But they're like, hey, this shit is, like, really fucking cool. I mean, like, look at, like, Black Mesa, for example. Valve had... You know, that wasn't a Valve thing. That was someone else doing it. And Valve was like, hey, this is pretty cool. We give it our seal of approval. Whereas, like, a lot of other companies are really quick to, quash out, you know, a lot of fan projects. Because they want to so die-hardly protect their IP. And it's like, Jesus wept. Don't want people being like, hey, your IP is cool. I mean, if they're making bank off of it, then that is a different kettle of fish, but, you know, when it's like free passion projects, it's like, come on, bruh. Like, recently I saw one of my friends posted up about, it was a native PC port, a complete native PC port of Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening with, like, a whole load of quality of life features. And obviously, because it's Link's Awakening, it's still, like, a tiny-ass game. But, And like, yeah, it's like really cool. I haven't actually played it yet, but from what I've seen, it looks really cool. In terms of like enhancing the game and making it play and work better on PC. But yeah, obviously Nintendo does what Nintendo does best, and yeeted it out of existence as soon as they knew it was a thing. That 5p is a running joke. These, yeah, if I said that for GTA 6, not funny. But someone did write an article about it. Jesus. I mean, people will run off of any kind of... Like, a lot of these gaming journalists will really run off of any kind of shred of a coattail that they can run off. To try and get a story. But yeah. Oh. Cheers to luck, I will need it. Got to rev my engine too much here, otherwise it will explode. I say that as I rev my engine too much and make it yellow before we've even started. But it's only a 10-minute race, and fucking just slamming it into gears, it doesn't really do much, so we'll be fine on that front. Didn't get a great start, though. Oh, Yari getting a little bit wide there. But actually, yeah, speaking of journalism and gaming, not necessarily gaming journalism, but did you hear about the Tetris fiasco? I don't really know if that's the right term for it, but there's obviously that, like, huge story about that kid who, like, hit the kill screen in Tetris for, like, the first time ever. Like, nobody's done it before kind of deal. And, some Sky News reporter said, something like, you know, he should go outside, and that it's not really an achievement. And she got absolutely torn to shreds. It was like, Jesus Christ. You would have thought, when you're on something like the news, you wouldn't be as disingenuous. Well, not really. Trying to think of the right word. So out of touch, I guess, with modern society. Like, surely you would know that saying something like that would garner you a lot of backlash. But nope, she just said it right there and then. It was like, oh my god. What a insert English word on C. Do seem to be good on fuel. But like, yeah, obviously the older generation still, a lot of them don't really understand the whole thing, but when you're on a professional platform, you gotta hold professional standards, and like, if it's something you don't understand, then don't, it's better to just not say anything. But some people, I guess they just really can't help themselves. And I guess kind of the problem with the Tetris thing is to kind of understand it, you need a very base level understanding of, you know, sort of video games and how computer programming works. Nothing really too advanced, obviously. Just that obviously Tetris is a video game that isn't that easy to play for that long, and also code shits the bed when you put in numbers it doesn't like. I just need people to talk about them. Maybe. Good old bit of flame baiting. That was a pretty dumb situation. But I mean, hey, no doubt we're going to be in their shoes in like 10, 20 years' time, so... Oh, that was close to the wall there, Jesus. Alright, halfway in. I'm kind of just holding the fort here in 4. Mart is the next car behind, with Steven not too far behind him, but a reasonable way back. Which is not ideal. Not ideal for them. It's pretty ideal for me. They're all the way back there. Oh, that dip screws me every time. Oh yeah, I don't know if you see him, but Steam's put on a rather interesting sale at the moment. It's literally titled the Capitalism and Economy Sale. Which, I mean, yeah, it's what they're focusing on, but it felt like a bit of a weird title for it. I don't really think it'll be a sale that's going to have anything in it that I'm really going to be interested in, so meh. But I just thought it was a funny thing to raise, or to mention. But yeah, I do like the idea of doing sales on sort of more kind of specialized slash kind of niche sort of bits of gaming. Because I mean, obviously, for Steam it's good, because I mean, at the end of the day, all they need to give a shit about is selling games. But for us, I think they are quite interesting. Oh, Phil must be low on fuel. I'm Tony Hawkson. But I think for, like, us, you know, it could be interesting, because if you're like, ooh, I'm kind of I'm somewhat interested in this genre, but I'm not going to pay full price for a game. Bam, specialized sale. Ooh, I can now buy one of these games. You know. Encourages you to maybe try something new. And if you're already knee-deep in the mud in that niche, then I guess it's also good for you. Albeit in a lot of cases you probably have already all of them. It's like whenever these like sim racing bundles and stuff come up, I already have all the games that I want pretty much, so they're never any real worth for me. It's like, well, I'm just buying a load of games I'm never gonna play. If any at all. I think Phil definitely ran out of fuel. Make a quick stop. 2 more laps, I think. Tia is untroubled out front with a massive lead. Can't remember the last game I bought, not including Wreckfest, Bonk, James, and Co. I held off. I held off for so damn long on that winter sale. And then it was like on the last week. I snapped and I bought some stuff. Held out. I was like, nope. I don't need more games. But, I then gifted a couple of friends some things, and then I had a bunch of money left on my Steam account. And then friends were like, hey, well, friends like pestered me to buy Monster Hunter as well, so I was like, fine, I'll give it a shot. And then I was like, I still got some money left over, so I'll just scoop up a couple other things as well. No, I was like, shit. I don't want to spend anything on this sale, but I have. Steam wins again. I just have to wish every time I went to US, buy stuff from it. You know, I add stuff to my wish list and then I never buy it. I've bought some things on my wish list, but a lot of the stuff actually has been on there for years and I haven't bought it. Albeit half, I think like at least a quarter of my wish list, maybe a third, I think at the moment, is like unreleased games. I could be wrong. It's been a while since I've checked it. Oh, of course, because I finished third, I basically start where I finished. Why do I get the feeling that you have something against Steam? I don't necessarily have anything against Steam. Albeit, I'm maybe not as pro-Steam as everyone else is. Because everyone's like, oh, it's the best thing ever. And it's like, there are definitely some negatives to this. But I mean, like, yeah, you know, the Steam sales are directly designed to get you to open your wallet. And I don't want to keep opening my wallet to buy games that I'm not going to play for, like, ever. My wallet is closed, Gabe. Yeah, that's you know, that's the kind of thing I want to avoid. I don't want to keep I keep doing it. I keep buying games on sales, and I really shouldn't. Because I already have enough games that I want to play that I'm not getting through. There's like, I need to stop so I can actually do those games, and then I just buy more and then play those instead, and it's just like, ah. Times makes it feel like, oh, I'm being squished here. Does he not see I'm here? Hello? Oh, big slide. Oh, he's even slippier behind. I'm getting down Steven here. Getting aggressive with the sales, are they? No, but they're still... Well, it depends on where you draw the line on being aggressive. You can't escape... When you're on Steam and there's a sale on, you can't escape it. You damn right know there's a sale on. I mean, like I said, I don't really give a shit about the current capitalism and economy sale. But you'll get a pop-up every time you boot Steam being like, hey, wink wink, these are on sale. And oh, hey, look! Sale. But I'm not saying it's like aggressively predatory, no. Just saying that I want to not spend money, and I keep ending up doing so. I mean, yeah, I basically never buy anything from the pop-ups, so I'm like, eh. They cause game crashes, damn. I don't think it's a newsletter. It's not what I'm on about. It's like whenever you boot Steam, you get some kind of stuff. Oh, I got too much wheel spin on the exit. I was going for the crossback. Didn't quite work. I wouldn't really call that a newsletter. I didn't even know you could turn it up even. Oh god. Brakes weren't quite working as much as I wanted them to there. Got a Yari sniffing up my butt now though. It's not ideal. Like when I boot Steam, it just takes you to my game list. Probably should have just let Yari go. Might have been quicker for the both of us. But yeah, I mean, like, as much as I despise the Epic Games Store, you know, they're not wrong about the fact that Valve does have pretty much a, pretty much a monopoly over the PC, sort of gaming market in terms of, like, retail games, which... You know, you could argue that they haven't really done anything egregiously bad, but monopolies are never really an ideal thing. You never really want them. Especially given that if said thing that holds a monopoly suddenly goes bye-bye, what do you do? So most of this goes see mentioned in the game activity list, but only on ones that I already go, I bet all my old games on GOG. Yeah, I really should start doing that. But then I keep forgetting. To be honest, I don't really buy anything on Steam until the sales roll around, and then I'm like, ooh, yes, I can buy the thing I wanted for, like, peanuts. I'll do that. Because I'm a stingy bastard. Yeah, he's trying to come up my outside. I don't really know where he is. Kind of problematic. Talking about games on Steam, they are old. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. I mean, I've been very behind on gaming for, like, years and years, so, like, over the past few years, I've essentially been catching up, making up for lost time. I've gone very wide here, that's not good. Yari's gonna sling one up the inside. And I'm just not gonna brake, apparently. Ooh, we bonked. And that's gonna fuck me here, I think. I have no clue where anyone is to my left. To my right, oh, it's 3 wide. Oh god, yeah, he was really slow there. good. They ascend the Valve Index and released a handheld with modern emulation support. Doesn't sound evil to me. Just because they're not doing anything evil now doesn't mean they won't in the future. That's one thing. But also, there's always a better way of doing things. And in a sense, with Valve doing a lot of these peripherals first party, like VR and handheld with the Steam Deck, if they can cut those markets and grab hold of them, win-win. You're strengthening your monopoly. You know? So of course, there is, you know, they've got shitloads of money to spend on things. So why not release a really good VR headset and a really good handheld platform? Because now more people can do more things. It's a win for us, but it's a win for them. You know? And luckily at the moment, the agreement, the benefits are mostly mutual. I mean, yeah, they bring... I'm not saying they're not going to cut support to other platforms. If they were intentionally cutting support to other platforms, then they'd probably be breaking all sorts of anti-monopoly laws. You know, across like several countries. So they kind of have to, whether they want to or not. But by giving their own alternative, they're like, hey, buy our shit, not anyone else's. You know? No matter how good a company is, you gotta remember at the end of the day, their goal is to make money. You are nothing but a money-making machine to them. It just happens to be in some cases, we both get the good end of the stick. They deliver us a good service we want, we invest a lot of money into it. You know? Yeah, if I genuinely thought Steam was and Valve were evil, I wouldn't use the platform. But I do, and I still do on a daily basis. But I am aware that, you know, all good things must come to an end eventually, and companies are only exist to make money. So... never want to be too safe. That's all I'm gonna say. Is it a pessimistic way to look at things? Yes, but in our bleak world, that is kind of the reality. But I mean, yeah, like GOG is a good example. One of the big things about GOG, it's not true for every game, granted, but all games on GOG are DRM free, which is great for preservation and whatnot. While Steam, every game on Steam, even if it doesn't have its own DRM, actually comes with Valve's own DRM baked into it. So, no Steam, no game. That's just how it is. You'd hope that if they did go kaput, they would, you know, sort of allow you to still play all your games without the DRM effect in it, but you don't know. I don't know, it just sounds odd to me how you paint it like, oh, just because they're good, they could become much worse. Like telling newcomers not to get too interested in that character. I mean, am I wrong, though? That's the big question you gotta ask yourself. Am I really wrong here? You know, people are very into brand loyalty these days, but I'm only interested in a company as long as they're providing me a service that I want to use. If Valve fuck up, I ain't defending them for shit. I'm jumping ship, going somewhere else. See you later. Considering how Valve made TF2 into the hat simulators and loot boxes in CS2, etc., I'm fine with calling Valve evil. Yeah. That's a good point. I hadn't even thought about that. But, this race 1 to race 1. Use that mentality everywhere. When it comes to companies, pretty much. When it comes to people, people are complicated. So, no. I guess. If that was what you were getting at. Pretty clean start. You can add the inside. Basic, nigh on fucking impossible to pass in these cars. It's so hard to get proper momentum going. Like, I just went backwards in race 2. I could have gone further. I maybe could have won that. Well, it would have been hard with Mattia, but I could have gotten second, I think, maybe. But I just couldn't. Couldn't get around Steven. No matter how hard I tried. Just not got enough grip and power for what I really want. And then one mistake is all it takes for you to just completely shit the bed and fall back. I'm not good at driving this car even on a good day. If I was purely focused, I'm still... Wow, that was close. Woo! I don't need no excuses. I'm fine with putting my hand up and saying, I am shit at driving this car. Wow. Look at that. Call that fucking close, hey? Ooh. No touch. No touch. Can we have a big setup for the next race? Please. Well, we got fixed setup for the next race. I mean, if we couldn't fit a paper in that, I'd be dead. Look at that, though. Whoa. Chef's kiss. This camera is so awkward. Oh. Oh, right, it's shift to go. God damn it. Goddamn Italians and their reversed controls. Bloody control to go... I was pressed control to slow down, and it bloody zoomed me off into the stratosphere. Okay. And I'm pretty certain that is touching. Oh no, actually... It's getting right in. Yeah, I think that is. Maybe... Oh no, it's... It's really close. Isn't shift the running keybind? Yeah, that's what I mean. Shift is sprint, control is crouch in basically all games. In AC replays, however... Control makes you go fast, and shift makes you slow down. So it's backwards. Stupid ass thing. I haven't driven the track in next, so it doesn't matter too much to me. It's a good track. I like Hakoda World Pack World. Nice tight. I think we can start here. I got a decent start this time, unlike last time. Oh, so did you just not see me? Because you almost run me into the ground. Where is it? Here, yeah. I had, like, no space. It was a car's... Ugh. Barely. If you wanted us to be scraping... No, that's not the car's width. You wanted us to be scraping body panels, maybe. You really have that much faith in AC netcode? It's fine. Says you, Binstradamus, eh? There was a car's whip just on the other side. Yeah, yeah. Loads of car. Yeah, I tried to get a switch back here, but I just had no traction on the exit, so no power. No power, no traction. I went nowhere. I picked this car, and I'm probably the one who's most annoyed by it. I was really hoping it would do more. But it really just doesn't. Doesn't race in the way I want it to. It drives fine. I don't really have much of a complaint about how it drives. And like... But like, it's just not good to race. Look at that slipstream. It's abysmal. Oops. There we go. That's what I want to look at. Yeah, I just go... he moved away from the apex, yeah. And I lost the rear. I was sliding, so I was kind of nailing inwards, and then we touched. And then that allowed me to tear up the middle. Scoot through. The brakes are kind of pants on this thing, but like, that's whatever. You work around that. I'd mainly just want more power. I'd mainly just more power, really. Maybe more drag as well. If the car was draggier, I feel like that would have been better. Because, like, yeah, it's just so hard to do anything. I thought if you were that close to the side, you would stop going more to the side. My bad. See? You're admitting it. Hopefully the results have fixed themselves. Because they were kind of broken last week. And I said I was going to mention it. I kind of forgot to. I got distracted with a lot of other stuff. If they are still broken, I'll get them amended afterwards. I have, obviously, we have... If he doesn't have the results properly saved, I have all of the results, so they're pretty safe. At least should be. Okay, we do have both races this week. The standings are still a little messed up, but bring them up in a second. Just get the source. Here we go. There we go. All right. Mattia wins, obviously, over Yari in second. Myself third, Martin fourth, Stephen fifth. Still with no flag. Mark, in fact, in fourth. Phil in sixth, and Henny in seventh. No incident points. Very clean race. Phil was the biggest loser of that race. Everyone else pretty much stayed exactly where they were. But obviously Phil had to pit, so everyone behind him, which is everyone bar Mattia, gained net one position as he lost a load. Which is unfortunate for him because he also fell out of the top 5 swap for race 2. In race 2, Well, Steven was pretty nicely able to hold on to second place, holding on to first, so almost all of it. Only one incident point for me. Damn, Yari didn't get one. Discrimination. No, I joke. Yeah, Mattia wins. Carved his way through the field. Actually lost the spot to Phil at the start there, but he quickly got it back. And then when me and Yari had a little nudge, that propelled him up. And then all he had to do was just pass Steven. And given his pace advantage over pretty much everyone, it was kind of more of a when than an if. Yeah, Steven in second. That was did a good job there to hold on, despite all the pressure behind him from Yari, Phil, and myself in third, fourth, and fifth, respectively. Then Martin sixth and Henning in seventh. Overall championship standings, they're still a bit muddled, but Mattia continues his dominant run. I think he's won every race so far. So I think it's pretty much a wrap already. Yari, another strong performance there. Then myself, somehow in third. Oh, right, because that's it. That's all of the... Is maybe all of the full-timers? It's hard to say. I need to get this corrected, because as you can see... Oh, no, okay, no. The points of the first round seem to have fixed themselves. Besides maybe Hanu? Yeah, hasn't fixed it for Hanu, I don't think. Because he hasn't done this race. Hanu and Danny aren't fixed, they're still a bit weird. Because Road America only registered one race. But if we can get that second race in, it should correct all these numbers. Hopefully. And all will be good. Yeah, I mean, I think other people are sort of realizing my issues with the car. So that's kind of represented here in the reasonably small table we see here. It is a shame, but is what it is. Just gotta run with it. Hopefully the next 3 rounds, which are, I think that's Thompson Road. Oh yeah, I think that's Thompson, then Mont Tremblant, and then Monaco. I want to say. I could check actually. Get rid of all of these. Yeah, Thompson Road, Mont Tremblant, and... Oh, Monza! Well, that one's going to be a funny one. Actually, probably not, because Slipstream basically doesn't work. But maybe, with the long straights of Monza, it might change things. Hard to say. Hard to say. But, yeah. That's that, though. Guess given that we've still got a bit of time to kill, we can do a rare thing and actually do a couple of practice laps in the Porsche, which mightn't be a terrible idea. Given that the Porsche is a bit of a beast. I want to put the hard tires on. Put fuel up to about 80, just as a random guess. And then I'll leave brake bias on 50. We can play around with that as we drive. See how this goes. Ooh. Try pushing up to 52. I remember quickly at Donington that was actually working better than having it further back. Can I full flat this corner here? Just the pink. No, the bumps are gonna make sure that doesn't happen. Okay. Oh! And the grass is going to make sure I don't have a smooth re-entry to the track. Forgot about all the little bumps around here. That's going to complicate things a little bit. Probably should have stayed in second there. Full speed down this straight though. I wasn't paying attention to the braking markers. It's going very well. Oh. My wheel was still upside down. Cold piles. My favorite. Brake. There we go. Hairpin goes on for longer than you think it does. Oh, big snapping. Tires are still pretty cold. Missed that 100 board, 200. Oh, depending on a little bit for the 100. I've raced a car this fast around here yet, so. The fastest is either the Formula 3 or the Corvette C7R. Better than 152. I just lift. Ugh, risky. Maybe best to do a little dabble on the brakes before hitching the car in. Leveraging the throttle. We're good. 200 board, I break that there. Ain't quite a 1930s car. Don't have to break that early. Pretty fun combo, though. Hoping we get a reasonable turnout. It's more representative than that. I peaked the throttle too early. I'm dead. Ah, bonk. It's gonna be an interesting one, I think. Oh boy. We're gonna die. I'm surprised people still fall for bloody all these scams on Discord and other places. They've been around for so long. But then again, it's like mail scams, isn't it? They exist all the bloody time, forever and ever anyways. Sucks. Pretty fun combo there. You gotta drag this car around some of the corners though. I want actually more than... I just remembered, because we're running 2X fuel and tire wear, which is not what I have here on the solo session. It's going to be pretty interesting. Tire wear seemed reasonably sized, and we're going to need more than 80 liters worth of fuel, I think. So that should have said 40 rather than 30 or 20. So, this will be interesting. If the game would behave. Find the server, which should be up by now, I think. If not, it'll be up very soon. Can I not type anything in the box? Okay. Damn, only less. You got less than the Alfa. Which is a shame. I wonder...
Skins checked, nothing new, carry on.
Thanks, Enrique. I wonder where everyone's gone. Eh? They all seem to have disappeared. I guess maybe because the new LFM season started or whatever, and people are still playing with their new toy. Yeah, LFM. It's the new kid on the block. So people are... Now that they've come out of their first proper season, people are gonna be like, ooh. New toy is the opposite of old toy, yeah. It's very much an old toy. Some people love it very dearly, but sometimes people want something a little different. I can't blame them. Oh, okay. Coming through his insane speed. Yes. There we go. Oh, that bump almost killed me there. I'm drifting. He's drifting. Alright. Okay, 48% brake bias definitely feels better here. Didn't feel better at Donington last week. It definitely feels better here. I can get the car more pointed into the corners with a more aggressive braking. Oh, as we slide a lot. Oh, my wheel went out of line. Bugger. I was like, oh yeah, I've saved it. No. Good. Yeah. Let's get back in line. Rico predicting a pit stop. That'd be interesting. Oh god. Let's see how the softs go. I'm gonna have to be quite careful on this outlap. Make sure I don't put too much wear through them. They don't have a great deal of life, these softs, so gotta be careful. I'm not doing stuff like that. Go. Probably running a quicker outlap than I will be. I want to make sure I have as much of these soft tires available as possible. Oh, he scuffed it. Start giving it a little bit more speed now. Like the tires up on the exit. Massively missed the apex there, but that's okay. We are on minimum brake bias. Good to know. I wanted to double check that. If we have another time left for another crack at this, maybe. We'll give it a shot. See what happens. Nothing really to lose. Hit that curve, that was risky. Oh, a big oh no, I think that's killed this lap. We'll keep it going. That was a very sudden grip loss there, though. Don't have a lot of confidence we're going to get a lot of hold through here. No, it's not really behaving. thing's gonna be faster, but we'll cross the line too. Yeah, it was faster, but these tires are dead, so only good for one place now. The bin. Should have about one lap left, I think. One more crack at a speedy lap. Currently sat second. How far are we behind? Okay, someone's been practicing. I do genuinely wonder how much some people play AC who turn up to these races, though, and are, like, consistently at the sharper end of the field. Like, to pull the time they have, in some instances, I feel like there must be a pretty extensive degree of practice that goes on, but I don't know. Obviously, I have no way to prove it. But some people do just have a pretty incomprehensible amount of natural talent. And I guess also if you have a lot of experience racing this car in general, then an AC could just be set up too. This is fixed setup. That's a key distinction to make here. This is fixed setup. And second or first place is 2.9 seconds ahead of me. Hello, Virgilia. How's it going? So yeah, setup does usually apply. This case, not so much. Unless he has some kind of hack that allows him to run a setup at a fixed setup race, then, well, it's definitely illegal, but I'd hope nobody here would be to that level of pedants. And taking those gears, corners in a higher gear. Let's see how that pans out. Maybe quicker, maybe not, but yeah. Seem to be pretty comfortably set in the P2 spot, so I think some people really get the hang of some specific cars, yeah. Can't have a fixed setup. There's also the question of the IRL setup equipment or time investment. Yeah, you're not wrong. But that was kind of my point. It was like, obviously, how much do people... I'd be genuinely curious to know how much time some of these people spend on these races, you know? I mean, you know me. You know I'm a very much minimal practice kind of approach to these things. So I find that's the most fun. Of course, sometimes it leaves you woefully uncompetitive. But it's the luck of the draw. I'm pretty much hitching on my knowledge of prior races and experience and expertise in raw skill alone, really. 2.4. Oh, Jesus. It depends on the size of the grids. Yeah. It's 22 minutes. Okay. I'll put up to 24 minutes. That should be good enough, I think. Probably won't use that much, but I want to be on the safer side rather than on the sorry side, so... Because I did very nearly run out line. Well, I did run out before the line, but I had just enough oomph to roll it across the line, so... Because I only ran out about 20 meters or so beforehand. Yes, sometimes I practice. Yeah, I couldn't do the length of time some people put into some of these races. I really couldn't do. Like sometimes, yeah, booting up these combos and driving them is fun, but I can't just be chasing my own ghost for hours upon hours on end. Unless I'm really committed and really focused. You know. But unlike a lot of people, it does kind of help me in the sense that I have almost 4,000 hours in this game. So, you know, that gives me a natural cushion of experience to lean on when it comes to pretty much any scenario. Won't practice for any of your current series. I know some of the names, that they are way above my level, etc, etc. If I were to do LFM races, one of the Coupe races, we see a 30 car. I'm gonna put my foot on the brake. This isn't R Factor 2. I don't have to worry about that. The Coupe races seen at 35 cars on track. That sounds like carnage. But yeah, no, that's a very valid point, you know. Like, if it's a big event with a lot of people, you're obviously going to be more willing to turn more laps than you are in, like, just a small thing with a bunch of friends or whatever. Whereas it wasn't, at least at the front. Well, yeah. That's the key interjection at the front. What's this? I think it's Phil trying to come up my inside. I ain't going to let him. Driving around the outside. Whoa, somebody's driven right off onto the grass behind. Unfortunate for them. Cheers for the luck, Virgilio. I will need it. Probably should have stayed in third. Have you guys tried the LFM VRC BTCC series? I haven't tried AC LFM in general. I'm not really that interested at the moment in expanding my repertoire of ranked AC racing. I mean, I don't really treat this as a ranked race, so I just treat it as a bit of fun. So yeah, the kind of crowd LFM caters to probably isn't, maybe isn't really me. Maybe one day I will, but that day is not anytime soon. And well, I think the less I open my mouth about the VRC BTCC cars, the better. To put it simply, I don't like them. I think Phil's trying to cut my inside. Don't make me listen to that blind. Oh, Jesus Christ. Trust you, eh? Trust you. Phil is still right there, though, so I can't really... got a bit wobbly there. I can't be too risky here. I gotta drive smart. I mean, I'm not catching Nico unless he crashes spectacularly. He's like 2.5 seconds a lap quicker than me, so... I think it's pretty much just hang on to second and have a bit of fun. They did update 3 cars since that series, though. Yes, but the scars still run deep. Plus, I mean, from what I've experienced in similar cars, like, for example, the Primera, for example. Obviously, that's not one of the VRC cars, but it's a very similar kind of car. I wasn't really too keen on the Primera either. Better than the VRC cars when we raced them, granted, but I still wasn't too keen on it. The combination of that much power and front-wheel drive just doesn't really work for me. Just not really a fun mix-up. when I heard they've got awful base setups. I think that's a bit of funny irony, isn't it? We all bitch and moan that when the racing sim companies can't put out good space setups for their cars, and then when it comes to the people to make their own cars, they also give them shit base setups, and it's like, well, there's a saying that really accurately describes what I want to say, like a witty saying, but I really can't think about it. You know, but I guess in a way it's like the Spider-Man pointing meme, but it's pointing at each other. It's like, yeah, we have the freedom and the power to do things ourselves, and to make cars with good default setups, and then we just don't. Albeit on the flip side, setups are a very, very, they're a very subjective thing. Because, you know, everyone's gonna want something different out of a car setup. God, Phil is closing in. Hey, Mihao, how's it going? So, like, what they may be making the cars do by default may not be what you want them to do. Sort of thing. That's not saying that the setups aren't just downright terrible. I haven't driven them, so I don't know. And I wouldn't be an expert on those kind of cars anyway, because they're not my wheelhouse. But, you know, in some cases, like, if I was to make setups for a lot of cars, you know, do I make the setups how I would make setups? Or do I find a sort of comfy middle ground? I mean, that would be what I would do. I would find a comfy middle ground. Where, you know, you have a car that sort of does the things I would want it to do, but it's a nice, stable platform for anyone to pick up and enjoy. But even that might not be good for some people, you know? Because I have a very particular way of driving my cars and the way I like them to handle. And that might not be what other people want. And even though I've put, you know, my best faith and effort into it, you know, if it ain't working for people, it ain't working for people. I think on the base setups, those cars were not subjectively bad. Oh yeah, no, that's what I said. I'm not disagreeing with you that those setups were terrible, or weren't terrible. Oh, the dirty air there. Whew. Yeah, well, they've passed. Yes, focus. But, yeah, you know, setups are a very subjective thing. Oh, a little too much throttle and dirty air. We're good on fuel, though, so that's good. Not like last week, where I'm gonna have to start doing, I had to do, like, emergency saving towards the end. Make sure I didn't run out. This last corner is very fickle with the power, though. Talking about Ford, by the way. The thing I don't understand, though, with some of the default setups is, like, there's awkward handling default setups, and then there's some setups that just have downright baffling decisions. And that's, I've seen it a few times with AC. Some of the base Kunos cars, actually. Oh, because focus. Fuck's sakes. I thought you were on about the Mondeo. Oh, I should have been a little bit more on the throttle as I was wheeling around the corner, I think. So I didn't have to gas it up as much as I left. But, yeah, that's right, yeah. A lot of the Kunos cars have, like, ridiculously overpressured tires for, like, oh shit. Looks like Rico nearly followed me. Yeah, they have really overpressured tires for, like, no reason. And you get on them and it feels like you're driving on fucking balloons. And it's like, why did you do this? Like, this is fine. But like the Audi that I ran a few seasons ago, that had really overinflated tires. The Lotus Exos has overinflated tires by default, and it kind of squanders, you know, the driving, because people want to just jump in the car and drive in a lot of cases. They don't want to bother faff around with setups a lot, and you get in and it's like, wow, I'm driving on balloons and this thing is ass. Rico, talking about Rico, yeah. Ricoception. I bloody downshifted to second. My muscle memory is telling me second, but brain needs to keep reminding it that it's actually third that I went through here. Okay, we've still got about half the race to go though. We can work some of these places back. Need to be careful on that curb on the inside of that kink though, because it can and will fire me off into the gravel. Such an awkward hairpin. Out for that 100 board. Oh, broke that curve a little bit too much. Halfway in, time is passing too slow. I guess. I'll try and make it more entertaining, but no guarantees. Hopefully that's entertaining in the going forward sense, not backwards. But I can't promise that. Put more cars on check, that would help. I wish. If I could just clone myself like 20 times, we'd have a whale of a time. Oh no, thanks, I'm good. We don't have to, they don't have to all be talking. But if they drive, like I do, then we'd be good. It's enough to discuss stuff with one of you. I guess speaking of like other people, I did try and get my brother into AC a couple of years back, but he never really bit into it. Not that he doesn't like sim racing. You know, he plays a fair bit of. Well, he's not as much into it as we are, but like, you know, he does play Live for Speed and stuff every now and then, and he does quite like it. But I did try him out on AC once a couple of years back, and he didn't quite seem to click with it. Maybe I need to just poke him enough and he'll give it another shot, but who knows. Oh, hit that curb. Yeah, it is a hard sell. But I mean, he's already kind of gotten in, because like I said, he plays Live for Speed, you know. But And he used to play a fair bit of Project Cars 2 and the likes. I mean, you could argue all you want about Project Cars 2, but, you know, I'm classifying it, so... it's close enough. But, yeah. I don't know how much he played in the end. I don't think it was a lot, but... birthday, I told everyone that it would be nice to have them try my rig. Only Dad's into it, yeah. God. Let's just watch them moved on, yeah. Oh, right, my brother also played AMS2 a bit. So yeah, he has dipped his, you know, he has played Sims. Nowhere near as extensively as I have, obviously, but, you know, he has played and enjoyed a handful of racing Sims. But AC just never really quite caught him on. Sports fans also don't give two shits about it, yeah. I haven't anywhere near as much speed on these hard tires, it seems, as I did on the softs. Although I guess it's kind of obvious. I was struggling quite a bit on those softs. The grip started to fall off, and the hards are pretty much just that constantly, and then they only degrade from there. I think Hakata or Pagua is definitely a track that, at least for me, is a lot more comfortable in more naturally aspirated cars rather than something like this, where you got to leverage the turbo whilst also balancing the car through these long, winding turns. It's pretty tricky to do. You don't want to throttle too much, but you don't want to throttle too little either. Not too bad. I thought when people max in F1 mentioned the RS experiment, they mean the shit down saying that's just the fucking game. Yeah, there's still definitely a big stigma between sim and real. And I mean, in some regards, they're not wrong. It is just a video game, really. But, you know, it is pretty dismissive of the entire sort of point. And at the end of the day, Formula 4 is just a game. You know, it's not a video game, but it's just a game. But we have made it into mean something more culturally and financially. But it never needed the mega bucks or the crazy fame and... Oh yeah, esports sim racing is a joke, yeah. Albeit, it's for more reasons than just... why watch this when I can watch it for real, sort of thing. I think it's a joke for a multitude of other reasons. You can't mention it to outsiders, yeah. Like, I think the way SimRacing Esports is handled is pretty piss poor. And it doesn't really paint a good light on SimRacing in general. That's why I've never cared about going and trying anything remotely esports level, because A, I wouldn't find it fun, and B, it's, well, I mean, I don't care about it. That's it. Not worth my time. When it's well produced, people just don't care to watch it. Yeah. Problem that I find though is a lot of SimRacing esports is just kinda boring to watch as well. It's kind of a core problem with esports in general, I feel, that because video games are so easy to boot up and play, you really can just practice 24/7. Like, there is nothing stopping you from just waking up, practice, eat food every now and then, have a shower or whatever, and then go to bed, you know? And rinse, repeat, you know? You don't have to worry about anything, really, that's going on outside. As long as you've got power, you're good to go. I just had, like, what, 12k active viewers. They had a lot for that first round, and then it just... Nobody gave a shit for any of the subsequent rounds of that. Like, there was no... I'd forgotten about it completely until I stumbled onto a random ESL livestream with, like, 20 people on it. And I was like, oh yeah, is this still a thing? I mean, look at the Formula 1 esports as well. It's pretty much dead in the water. Because somehow, one of the biggest sporting organizations in the fucking world, collaborating with one of the biggest esports providers in the world, somehow couldn't organize a simple video game tournament. It's like, how do you fuck this up? You deal with the logistical nightmare that is the hell you've created of the Formula 1 schedule. And yet, you can't ship, like, 15 computers to a room somewhere and set them up. It's madness. I kind of fluffed that one, to be honest. Should have been second. I should have been second, but I soiled it. Granted, I wasn't as quick as these two in the end in terms of single lap speed. I think I definitely just didn't quite have the traction that I would have maybe wanted to get the most out of that. But that was reasonably fun. Good combo. Just wish there would have been more. But I guess maybe people saw the track and they're like, no. And then just stopped. I don't know. Shame. But what can you do? Quite tightly packed on the grid though. Decent start there. Rico got a terrible start. Wow. Oh, he just... Oh. Couldn't do that. He just didn't get going. Look at that. He was about a second late in reacting. Holy cow. Luckily, Steven was quick on the brakes to avoid just ramming into the back of him. Here I got a really nice sort of momentum around the outside. But not quite enough to challenge Miko. Enough to settle me in second place, though, so... Yeah, Rico went off there. Yeah, once those two got the hang of what they were doing, they were definitely quicker. I might have just had the advantage that in qualifying they weren't quite on top of the car yet. Because it definitely didn't do as well as I maybe should have. Judging by the qualifying sort of predictions. Let's see, where was it? Obviously they steadily gain, because I'm just not really driving all that well. And then... yeah, Phil just gets a slipstream. Simple as. Rico chokes quite bad. Oh, big slide, yeah, he gets a slipstream. Slipstream's passed. Where do I fuck up? Almost fucked up there. There's one corner I fucked up pretty big time. I think it's on this lap. Big slide there, but that wasn't really anything too bad. I was here, yeah. Just missed... yeah, just that little bit. Pretty much in line with the 100-meter marker, but that was just too late. That allowed Rico up through. Head to bed now, see you later. Might stream some Pedic 2 this week, so see you when you see you. Alright, fair enough. Take care. No, see you around, yeah. Yeah, I tried to switch him back up, but that didn't work. And dirty air through here sort of allowed him to build a bit of a buffer. And then I was just too slow. Did not catch. And that was that. I mentioned that seeing it mentally ready for my cursed guns. Oh no. Oh, I might call the stream pretty short here tonight, to be honest. I don't know. We'll see. Obviously going to bring up the results and stuff, but I don't really have anything I explicitly want to show off beyond. Unless people want to look at some random nonsense. But yeah, let's bring up these standings. Very non-impressive standings, but they're there. Right, where is the element? There we go. So yep, first was Miko. Absolutely crushing dominance. Without a doubt, he was going to win. Phil in second. Got it off of me and then never looked back. Rico in third. Myself slipped back to fourth, unfortunately. Telmo in fifth, and Steven, the only one to get an incident point, unfortunately, in sixth. Pretty big spread between the grids. 6 seconds between top and bottom. And, yeah, not a lot of overtaking, but I went a lot of cars, and there was quite a big spread, so not too surprised there. Overall points tally, however, the only two full-timers are myself and Rico, so he has a reasonable buffer on me at the moment. But maybe I can claw it back. Let's see, what's the maximum? So Miko turns up to every race. And he wins them all. That gives him a maximum total of 510. Minus 285 from that. And then... okay, yeah. So he's not winning this. That's pretty obvious. Because we would have to lose 75 points each race, I think. If my maths is right. In order for him to beat us. Well, that's not quite right. Actually, no, yeah, no, I think that is. There or thereabouts. So yeah. Gonna be a tough... Well, I guess it's a showdown between the two of us, which is a little unfortunate. Shame that both the series have relatively empty boards this season, but part of that might have been, obviously, LFM coming in, but also part of it maybe because it started on Christmas. I know a couple of people have told me that they weren't as interested in running the series because the season started on Christmas. So they missed the first round, and then they're like, I can't really be bothered. But I don't know. That can't be the be-all, end-all of it, so... It'll be interesting to see how the numbers sort of progress over the next 3 rounds. See if they stay steady where they are, maybe trend up, trend down. I don't know. I'd like to see them trend up. Always good to see them trend up, but whether that actually happens or not is a completely different question. So, pretty much just have to keep fingers crossed, I guess. I don't know, that sounds very gloomy, but yeah, I'm sure as heck not going anywhere for anytime soon, really, with this. As long as we can get races going, I will be here doing these streams. Yeah, there will be probably a point. If the trend is downwards, there probably will be a point at some point in time where it's like, yeah, okay. Just gotta throw in the hat here and be like, it ain't working. Gotta move on to greener pastures. But I hope that doesn't become the case. It's good to have a pretty mixed palette of choices available to people. But yeah, with LFM coming into fruition more, will be interesting to see how these next couple of months sort of pan out. And how the sort of players move around. Yeah. Still got 3 weeks left of this season, though, so... Need to get less shit at driving both these cars. That is something that I definitely need to work on. I've really not been... Pretty mediocre results from me, all around, on these cars so far. Which is something I'd like to fix. The Ferrari on Mondays has been okay. Not the greatest either. Could definitely be the better. I've made a few too many mistakes. But that's been pretty fun. But I guess given that we're sort of getting into the tail half of the season now, should probably also start thinking about something new to throw up. I don't know what that will be yet, but something will definitely be in the pipeline. However, for now, yeah, pretty much all out of steam here. It was an okay stream. Some nice chats on-track performance, though. Need to get it better for next week. Definitely. That being said, I'm not going to do any practice, so we're just going to wing it like we usually do and see what happens. But for now, I think I'm going to leave it here. Otherwise, it's just going to be me waffling on for ages. So yeah, thanks everyone who showed up and raced. Thanks everyone who's been part of the chat as per usual. And yeah, I'm not sure when I'll next be back. It'll obviously be latest next Tuesday, but I might throw up something later on this week. I don't know. Nothing guaranteed there. But yes. See you later this week, if not next week. And yeah, adios.